Shalom and good evening. This is TV7 Israel News broadcasting to you from Jerusalem. And in today's top stories, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says during a visit of the wounded soldiers from Sunday's terror attack that Israelis were facing a new kind of attacks. A United States Navy destroyer fired 3 warning shots at 4 Iranian fast attack vessels near the Strait of Hormuz after the Iranian vessels closed in at high speed and disregarded repeated requests to slow down. Syrian President Bashar Assad says his government was ready to negotiate on everything in proposed peace talks in Kazakhstan. Hundreds of Israelis attended the funeral of the victims of Sunday's terror attack in Jerusalem, which claimed the lives of 4 IDF soldiers, including 1 female officer and 3 officer cadets. At the funeral held in Jerusalem for Officer Cadet Shir Hajjaj, her father spoke of his anger at the celebrations taking place by Palestinians in the Arab neighborhood from where the terrorist originates, warning that Israel's lack of resolve continues to bolster Palestinian morale to attack Israelis.
אנחנו משלמים את המחיר. זה שהם עכשיו סורקים סוכריות וחוגגים ומבסוטים במקום שיכנסו שם עם דחפורים כמו שעושים להם לפני 50 שנה ומוחקים להם את הכפר. זה מה שקורה.
Sunday's terror attack was the deadliest Palestinian attack against Israelis in months, which targeted officer cadets as they disembarked from a bus that brought them to a famous promenade that has a panoramic view overlooking the walled old city. An IDF spokesperson said that 17 of the troops were injured, including 1 in life-threatening condition. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said during a visit of the wounded soldiers that Israelis were facing a new kind of attack.
אני חושב שהדבר החשוב ביותר להבין הוא שאנחנו תחת מתקפה של סוג חדש. זה שמתקפה של מפגע בודד שמקבל השראה. הוא מחליט בן רגע לעשות מעשה, במקרה זה מעשה של דריסה.
Police identify the terrorist as a 28-year-old Palestinian from the East Jerusalem neighborhood of Jabal Mukabar, who is a father of 4 little children. Police spokesman Miki Rosenfeld told TV7 that 9 residents of the Palestinian neighborhood, including 5 members of the attacker's family, were arrested on suspicion of aiding the assailant. Meanwhile, Defense Minister Avigdor Lieberman denounced the Palestinian Authority for not condemning the bloody attack, pointing to the fact that the reluctance of the Palestinian leadership to intervene in this matter only bolsters the joy voiced by the Palestinian people with regard to harming Israelis.
אחרי תגובות רשמיות של הרשות הפלסטינית מרמאללה, שתיקה. מה שראינו לעומת זה, ראינו ברשתות חברתיות הרבה שמחה, הרבה תמיכה במפגע, ראינו סוכריות גם ביהודה ושומרון וגם ברצועת עזה.
Meanwhile, in Germany, Berlin's landmark, the Brandenburg Gate, was lit up in the colors of the Israeli flag last night in solidarity with the victims of the terror attack in Jerusalem, which Netanyahu said was similar to the terror attack in Berlin some 3 weeks ago, which claimed the lives of 12 people when a terrorist inspired by the Islamic State drove his truck into a crowded Christmas market.
Es ist auf die gleiche Art und Weise, auf die gleiche bestialische Art und Weise passiert und meine Gedanken waren natürlich sofort bei den Menschen in Israel, bei den Betroffenen, bei den Familien und so weiter. Und ich habe sofort angeregt, dass man eine solche Aktion hier macht und ein deutliches Zeichen setzt als Stadt Berlin und auch die Menschen hier.
South Africa's chief rabbi, who was visiting Berlin, said that the German sign of solidarity with Israel was imperative to demonstrate that the civilized world will stand shoulder to shoulder in facing and defeating those threats.
I think what is so moving and important about seeing on the Brandenburg Gate the Israeli flag is it's a sign of solidarity, that it's a recognition of the fact that democracies throughout the world, civilized people, civilized values throughout the world are under attack and under threat. And when there's a threat, good people stand together. And the way to defeat the threats in the world is when good people come together and stand shoulder to shoulder with one another, whether it is in Germany or in Israel or in France or America, wherever it may be, we all stand together.
Back in Jerusalem, a government source said that ministers during a security cabinet meeting had called for the demolition of the terrorist's home and for his body not to be returned to his family for burial. It was also decided to detain without trial people who expressed sympathy for the Islamic State, yet TV7 could not verify the second report. Now to the West Bank, where a Palestinian assailant who, according to the IDF, charged at Israeli troops who were conducting an arrest operation in the West Bank refugee camp of Far'a was shot and killed. The Palestinian attacker, who was identified as 33 years old Muhammad al-Salahi, charged at the soldiers while shouting Allahu Akbar and did not heed calls to stop before getting shot. During the course of the arrest operation, IDF forces were further attacked with gunfire and explosive devices. No injuries were reported among the Israeli troops. According to Palestinian sources, the incident occurred in Salehi's home while IDF forces attempted to arrest him, but Israeli officials said al-Salehi was not the target of the arrest operation. Now to a regional matter, a United States Navy destroyer fired 3 warning shots at 4 Iranian fast attack vessels near the Strait of Hormuz after the Iranian vessels closed in at high speed and disregarded repeated requests to slow down. The incident, which occurred on Sunday, comes as U.S. President-elect Donald Trump prepares to take office on the 20th of January, and after he vowed that any Iranian vessels that harassed the U.S. Navy in the Gulf would be shot out of the water. Pentagon spokesman Jeff Davis referred to the incident in a briefing as an unsafe and unprofessional interaction, noting that the Iranian vessels were approaching the U.S. Navy destroyer at a high level of speed with weapons manned, while disregarding repeated warnings. White House spokesman Josh Earnest said during a press briefing that the Iranian behavior was not acceptable, given that the American vessel was operating in international waters.
At this point, the United States does not know what the intentions of the Iranian vessel were, but the behavior is not acceptable, given that the USS Mahan was operating in international waters. So these types of actions are certainly concerning and certainly risk escalating tensions when it is our view that we should look for ways to de-escalate tensions, not unnecessarily escalate them.
The Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps was not immediately available for comment. Now to Israel's northern neighbor, where Syrian President Bashar Assad said his government was ready to negotiate on everything and proposed peace talks in Kazakhstan, but it was not yet clear who would represent the opposition, and no date has yet been set. Russia said last month it had agreed with Assad, Iran, and Turkey that the Kazakh capital of Astana should be the venue for new peace talks after rebels suffered their biggest defeat of the war by being driven from eastern Aleppo. Assad's ally Russia, together with Turkey, a major sponsor of the anti-Assad opposition, have also brokered a cessation of hostilities across the country as a step toward reviving diplomacy, though the warring sides have accused each other of many violations. Nevertheless, the truce continues to hold. Thank you for watching us. You can also watch us at TV7israelnews.com or TV7.fi. For any comments, please send your emails to israelnews@TV7.fi. For more updates from Israel and the region, please join our Facebook page at TV7 Israel News. Praying for the peace of Israel and the peace of Jerusalem. Jonathan Hassan, Erev Tov. We will see you again tomorrow at the same time.
In order to donate to TV7 Israel News, please follow these simple steps. First, press the Donate logo, located at the bottom left side of TV7 Israel News Facebook page, or on the Donate tab at the head of the page. Then insert the amount you'd like to donate, and fill in your credit card information. Just like this. And press Review Donation and continue. After reviewing your donation details, please press Donate to finalize your donation. That's it! Your donation is now complete, and an email with your donation details has been sent to your email address. You can also print your donation receipt by pressing the link here. Thank you for supporting TV7 Israel News.